made people go. Like I was younger, so it's like I had an older sister, older brother. So when I would hear that shit and be around them, it was like, damn, you could feel the energy. Like, okay, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Because Alcoholics did that joint. Was it what was the name of it? Sit Back and That was the first Alcoholics album. It was that same. They used the same beat. I can't remember the name of the song.
The same beat as Only When I'm Drunk.
Only When I'm Drunk. Yeah. So like when I heard that one first, but then when I heard that, I was like, damn, the energy was so crazy. Then I dove into the album, and it was like, man, like it really was. To me, that was his Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, I mean, it was just. I mean, he picked all of the right producers. The shit was cohesive, man. The shit flowed from beginning to end. Like, there's nothing really you can skip on there at all. Like, and if you skip something on there, I'm gonna start judging you, as a person, because it's pretty much a flawless album. And his flows was ahead of their time. Like, I mean, nobody was really rapping like that in '96. Kind of like, RZA with the parallel with that. Like, his beats at that time were kind of like, there was nobody making beats like that. So, I mean, it was definitely a game changer.
We had the little rewind. Because I forgot that when we every time we change the password on the YouTube, it resets the settings.
All right.
So there was no sound for like.
Well, they didn't hear me say that about drugs, so that's good. Awesome.
You always say something about drugs.
So
that's even better.
You apologize for that. I forgot that. And anytime we change the password,
it changes the settings.
Yeah, it changes the settings.
Oh, that sucks.
So
that's good. Don't talk about that Kanye video.
Now, we really don't need to give them no shine.
We don't talk about the Kanye video. Yeah, we just kind of dove into that mess. But go ahead and take it from the top, Kirby.
Oh, okay.
Rewind selector. Right.
All right.
That was a disturbing ass video, though.
It really was, though.
I'm not saying. Y'all keep talking about it, man.
Nightmares.
I'm not wasting my life on it. I told you not to watch it.
No, I'm just looking at
All right. So, what up? Welcome to Random Tuesdays. Actually, on a random Sunday. Calvis Freshly, a.k.a. K-Fresh.
Calvin
Johnson.
Calvin's got a job.
Calvin got a job. Let's rob that nigga.
The shit that I deal with.
I'm watching lettuce.
Right.
The shit that I deal with from my friends. And I'm mad they didn't tell me
you gotta go to me.
they was wearing jerseys today, even though I don't have it. So, brother number one, this guy right here.
Yeah.
That every other nationality on the planet, that's straight out play. That guy right there.
A.K.A. Trill Huxtable, A.K.A. Santiago Muhammad.
Trill Huxtable.
There we go.
This almost half-dead person right here is one of the illest rappers you probably never heard of.
Right here.
You wouldn't know that when we sitting here. Just
that's the essence, dog.
That's what ill rappers do.
She worked like 38 hours a day.
Right.
Right. Dog. And that dude all the way in the back, like right there. That's
just.
I didn't mean to do that. I was trying.
Right.
I was just dodging out the way.
That's Jamuel Jackson.
Jamuel.
Right there.
What up, dog?
You can't see him, but we got a couple of invisible people. So if I look
shout
that way,
shout out for the second time, D.
Shout out D. Like if I look that way and I'm talking to my not so invisible friends, and that's Ashley over here.
Ashley over here.
Even though she didn't bring us no cakes.
Shout out to
Ashley, you had cakes to bring.
We like cake, bro.
Shout out to Miss Corona. She was here too for a second.
Corona was here for a second. Shout out to y'all for paying attention to us. Hi.
Thank you.
Right. Because you could be watching BET, but you with us.
But you're with us.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate
Even
that.
though we don't have Beyonce yet.
I ain't got cable, so that's why I ain't watching
that Kanye video.
I don't even.
No Kanye video. This is a no Kanye video song.
This is definitely a no Kanye video song.
Don't watch that shit over here.
Okay. Stop talking about him. We're done with him.
You brought that shit up.
Like an hour ago.
The second best video next to Thriller.
Who the fuck said that?
Somebody said they said that on the little review.
That was the post.
That was the
post. They were like, watch this video. It's the best video ever made. The second best video
ever made. Did you see her face? This
looked like he was crunching my face. I looked like Kirby.
So what are we talking about today, Kirby?
Only one of the greatest albums ever made by one of the best MCs ever to ever touch a mic.
Ghostface?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Agreed, though. He's still relevant today. No.
First of all, did you see? Stop. Did you see that video where he hit that girl? When he do the acoustically?
I'm like, I'm a man.
Oh yeah, he did fuck
Oh,
around.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
You spoke
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
mean-
giving you background.
I mean, he caught the floor.
Peanut gallery. Back to it.
Yeah.
So
Popped her
one
ass.
of my favorite rappers. This is one of my favorite albums ever of all time. 20 years later, I am still listening to this album.
I'm not putting that Gucci sweater on, bro.
Bruh.
It's not happening.
It is definitely reasonable doubt. The Hustler's Anthem. The Hustler's Playbook. In 96, this album dropped. It proved for years. It was the start of this man being the king of your summer. If you are not a Jay-Z fan, I need you to extensively explain why. Don't
A
be
lot of
like,
people that don't because he sold his soul.
don't be like, oh my god, he's a devil worshiper. That ain't got shit to do with your
That's
ears.
music tight as fuck. Fuck y'all.
Oh my god, he stole Biggie's verses. Who hasn't? Really? Really?
Wait,
I mean, he did the
some
whole
of y'all go
damn
to church
verse
with
in the
devil
ring
worshippers.
in
I'm just gonna
Mississippi.
shift my tea in the back.
That was like
That's all
the
I'm
whole
gonna say.
Biggie verse.
I mean, but
Ooh. Don't take nothing away. I mean, I love
It does-
Jay-Z,
I
but that was
mean-
a whole. That was
What?
a whole damn verse.
of all the people that I have met, and I have met every rapper on my list besides this Sean Carter, I approached Primo and was like, "What up, Preem? Sign my album." I would
She did,
probably
and
have
it's
to
amazing.
introduce myself to this man. Hi, Mr. Carter. You should hire me. Like for
She
real.
She took Jay Electronica's drink from him.
I did.
Like literally.
I also made
took-
Jay Electronica's DJ jealous. Well, you know that's
Jay
like.
pretty cool, aren't he?
He's cool as shit.
On Hartwell and Grass shit. He better.
No, he can say.
Right.
But this album,
Kurt is a beast though.
Approachable.
yeah.
Right.
I have an
Jealous
album
of
that
us.
TJ wants. I got that Exhibit A and C
I had
autograph,
that
the picture disc,
I had that shit for
autograph.
all y'all niggas.
You
Yeah,
gotta say that first. You can't just like, I'm being jealous.
Like, what do you mean?
of an album that I have on vinyl that's hard to find that he doesn't have.
I saw that at the liquor store for like $5.
Man, I've been had that shit.
Haters.
I was at the factory when they made that shit.
Haters.
They gave me a copy.
Number 23. And
I actually had Tesla sign mine.
Oh,
The real
Nicholas
Tesla
says-
sign.
Oh, okay,
Nicholas
right.
Tesla.
Anyway,
Out the grave to sign.
we're not going to pay attention to them. Reasonable Doubt. This is one of the greatest
Think
albums
about energy.
People got the same song.
ever. So, I'm going to kick it to Solid Brother number 1, and he's going to tell us why this album is important. Because it's Reasonable Doubt.
Well, that on top of you, my favorite Jay-Z album.
It's the best album.
This one and Blueprint, because we actually had a discussion about which one. This one and Blueprint. Somebody said the Black Album.
I
Anyway,
like the Black Album too.
Honestly, I do.
It's
It was
not better than
beautiful, but
Blueprint.
Blueprint was
I
No.
know.
It's not better
You
than
No,
made a
Blueprint.
lot of
say it was
instrumentals.
better.
That's his top 3 albums.
But it is up there.
Blueprint,
It
Black
is up
Album,
there.
and
this
Reasonable
definitely
Doubt.
reminds me of I won't say better times, but happier times. Like when people could just actually just go out and enjoy the
Not
summer.
Die.
Yeah. And I remember picking this up with my
Alright,
cousin.
summer.
He picked this up and he picked All Eyes on Me by Tupac.
Mhm.
And I remember just listening to it, and was the first album that was actually a storytelling album from a different perspective. Now that I think about it, like Tupac had a couple kind of storytelling albums, but he was more of a other people's point of view. Like, you know, Brenda's got a baby, and you know, like he always put like a social political message in his raps. But this one was the first one that came from me perspective as far as storytelling, where I was, what I'm doing, and what I'm ultimately going to do. And he had a lot of classics. But my favorite song from this album, well, I got 3 favorite ones. But Cashmere Thoughts was the first song that I actually listened to in full. Because, you know, back then, I was 10, 11 when this came out. So me listening to albums with cursing on it was a no-go. So I had to sneak around my older cousins and kind of dip into what they were listening to. And this was Cashmere Thoughts was the first song I actually listened to in full. And to this day, I love the song. DJ Clark Kent killed the beat. Jay came with the rhymes, and it should be your anthem. That's a pimp anthem too. You gotta put it together for Kirby.
And
You
it's-
are.
So
I mean, what else can I add to that? I mean, like you said, 96. Me personally, I've always been more partial to Nas, so It Was Written was kind of more of an influence on me than this album. But I did get into this album later. Once I did get into it, I was like, I really got to see, the genius that Jay-Z has, and began to cultivate, as Reg was saying. I mean, just the songs, the production, like. For him to come out the gate like that and just have an album that's produced, I mean, you got heavy hitters on there. Clark Kent, you got Primo, Ski is on there. And I mean, he did his thing. As far as a lot of my favorite songs on there, The Eagles is definitely one of them. I have to say, Can't Knock the Hustle. I mean, just the whole vibe of the album is just a summery vibe to it. You can just ride to it. It's just a cool ass album, like you just be in a fucking Cadillac chilling, drinking out your red cup, trying not to get a DUI. Might got some weight in the trunk, but it's all good. Cause we got Jay-Z on the speakers.
And just off that too. Also, like The Evils, he sampled Snoop.
Dear God.
And in 95, 96, the East Coast, West Coast thing was
what up, Lindsay?
hype. So I don't know how he got, how he made that happen. But that definitely was a good look. He kind of like, I don't want to say it's not a united thing, but it was like for you to hear Snoop Dogg on the Jay-Z record, even if it's just a sample, it's just like, damn.
And then,
Okay.
just to make it, just thinking about the time frame, like you said, like this is right at, this came out after Big had just died.
Yeah.
I mean, officially came, I guess,
Yeah.
started really making noise. But for people to lose Big, and then you have his protege, Jay come up, and for him to just kind of step into that void, even though Pac was gone. I mean, he pretty much, the stage was set for him to take the game. You know what I'm saying? You had both of the two titans in the game at the time fall, and the fact that he came up and he came with this classic out the gate, and continue to just keep moving forward. I mean, that's very huge in itself. And he got a lot of hate. A lot of people hate, especially Tupac.
I remember this album dropped at the height of me getting heavier into hip hop and heavier into rap. And man, I remember walking around like the Southwest side. This is a couple years after the album came out. I want to say 98, I was in 8th grade. You couldn't get me to wake up on time to save my life. To go to school. Like, it was like, oh yeah, classes start at 8:05. I was waking up at 8:06. Like, I'm not ever gonna be like a real morning person. Kill me. But this was one of the albums that I would listen to walking around the Southwest side. Like, till this day, I cannot leave my house without headphones. This is one of them albums that you pop in and you just vibe to. Jay-Z, for that time in my life and my background, this man was telling a story that I was all too familiar with. It was like, all right, that's cool. You're gonna lose some people. You're going to learn to live with your regrets. We're going to get this money. And then I'm going to be smooth as shit. I might be the brokest nigga in the club, but you're not going to know. I'm going to tell you I made all this money. I'm going to tell you a story about how to make all of this money. And we going to be cool. And not only that, he had a backing that was so strong that it was just like Biggie came through and was like, yo, this my homie. He cool.
It's a good cosign to have.
That was the best cosign to have. But this album, if it was a book or if it was a TV show, it would be Power. Power is a TV show for this album. Like, dead ass. I've seen like the first season. I was like, that's Reasonable Doubt as a TV series. Like, this album, front to back, it cemented him being the king of the summer. And it's part of the reason he's still valid right now in his mid-40s. And
that's what a lot of these MCs now, so-called MCs nowadays, strive to want to do. Is to do what he did. Like, a lot of people throw shade at Jay now. He old. He don't need to be rhyming no more. But a lot of you motherfuckers don't need to be rhyming in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
But this album,
one thing we didn't even touch on is the fact that he was almost like the third of the trinity of rappers: Biggie, Nas, but him who brought the Italian gangster thing.
Let's not forget the
to the
Buddha.
forefront.
Ray played a part in that too.
Right. Hip hop. and really made it mainstream before a lot of cats were really doing that. So it was, you know,
Mafioso rappers.
Exactly.
They like to put it in the category.
exactly.
So
You put a name to that organized religion that we knew from faces that looked like us in the hood. Like you said, it was
Right.
your story, but they were able to kind of put a little spoonful of sugar on it by making it the, you know, Americano Italiano type of thing and slipping it in there real nice. So he kind of put the capstone on that theme of hip hop.
He did what Reggie said. He took the grimiest parts of reality and spun it into a listenable story. And I'm sorry, Uncle Cannon, but I'm the reason your son listens to rap. My cousin's a pastor, and I remember having this album on CD. Got my cousin.
Bruh. I'm like, hey, what you doing?
Like-
I got to
I was like, hey, Z, like, I'm not supposed to. I'm like, bruh, listen to that.
you
Until
corrupted
this.
now.
So you go to church anymore?
Right, he stopped going to
I got
church.
kicked out.
His
a
life
couple of
just went
times.
down the
Yeah, he
tube.
still go to church.
How you get kicked out the church?
I got
listen,
kicked.
listen to Jay-Z in the Baptist pit, the pulpit.
Oh my God, you couldn't keep this album out of my hands in church.
She probably was getting baptized. Jay-Z.
Bruh.
Look at
Right.
these headphones. What you mean? I gotta get these out.
Oh, I was the worst. I was the worst. It was like a Roots album. Like, I think I still have my original CD book. The book that's like this thick.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Couldn't
All
have that shit in the
the
back seat ride with motherfuckers.
Cut
That shit come
yourself
up.
up.
yeah.
You steal your shit.
Cutting your thumbs
Fuck
up,
all
yeah.
y'all for stealing my CDs.
This, like, the progression of Jay-Z from this album, and he's one of the only rappers to keep his word about how he did it. He's the best hustler rapper, and Pusha is second. Pusha is following in his tracks very closely, but Jay-Z on
I
Reasonable
don't
Doubt,
know about that.
kind
'Cause
of.
I hear stories about Pusha T is not really about.
It
what
might
you're
not.
talking about.
I'm talking about rap wise, in story fashion.
I mean, you had to put
Jay-Z
50
let-
before Pusha though.
Yeah,
I mean, 'cause
okay.
he really did that shit.
But Jay-Z
You know, even though
laid
it's not
the
as captivating-
steps.
It's not as captivating as Pusha though. I'll say that.
Right.
I mean, 50,
Jay-Z laid the steps where if you listen to all of his albums in order, he told you exactly what he was doing. Right now I'm grinding. And this was made for the people who was grinding. So if you saying that you don't understand where he rapping now and you don't understand why he talking about a Basquiat, it's because you don't have his kind of money. It's that simple. You don't know who Basquiat is
Yeah,
because
but he kind of
was
loses you with that.
He was hoping his audience, if you
He
were
was
about to
hoping
say,
that-
like, progressed with him. It's like
right.
Yeah.
That's
aging
why I
with
be
your
bootlegging
audience,
this
your
shit
audience
sometimes.
aging with you.
Now,
I don't know how many
you
people
got
can really.
Basquiat. Why fuck you
How many
no
people
money,
can
bro? Like, I'm
you
out
know
here trying
progress to
get my shit
$500 million
together.
though?
Even if you don't progress to it, like,
Your mind state should.
materialistically, like, are you still on the
But it-
young street level, or have you
But yeah, that's right.
Thought
'Cause you,
about
like you said, you don't have to
things in
be
life,
wealthy
yeah.
as far as your pockets.
Right,
but, like,
but have you-
in
have
your
you
mind, it's like
sophisticated yourself in some
Have you
like when
left the projects and been
30s
to
and
a
new 20
museum?
was that shit 30 something when he made
Right.
that song. Like that kind of set the tone for people. Like, yo, this is it.
Have you left the Jacks and been somewhere?
right?
And he's a testament to somebody who did that.
That's all he wanted, and I understand how somebody could be like, I don't know what he talking about, I don't get it, because they not living that life. But he's not asking you to live his life because he wasn't asking you to sell drugs.
Hope did that.
Hope did right. He wasn't asking
Right.
you
You won't have to
to
go,
go through that.
So you have to go through that.
Right. So he's not asking you to sell drugs, and he's not asking you to have a baby leading to a Basquiat. He's asking you to understand his progression and don't expect me to. He also said I ain't never said the same bar twice. Don't ever. He's the epitome of not being stuck.
Absolutely. I really honestly don't think I have heard him say the same.
You gonna follow. If you don't follow, you don't follow. That's okay. I mean, but if you want to hear, like he said, if you want to hear my old shit, go buy our old album. So this
Every time he rapped, he said, when the Remy's in the system.
Yeah, and that was.
I mean, but that's the problem. But Lindsay, that's what it is. If I'm talking about something that you don't know about,
He said when I
and
say
you-
a big verse, I'm only big enough my brother.
right? But if I'm talking about something you don't know about and you can't ask me, homie, hit Google. Google knows everything.
Google me, baby, you crazy.
Is it- Like for real, if you can't have a conversation with somebody, like I didn't know about the thing happening in the UK. I Googled it and then I called my friend in the UK. I was like, yo, can you give me some tips? Like I want to know what's going on. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's
Beyonce
easy.
did that
You
shit,
can't
bro.
make me say you
Beyonce
can't
got
sit
them out the
here,
union.
and because you sitting here, I I want to go elsewhere.
Right.
No, that was like
Right.
It's your
But
four
the
corners.
thing is, you can't get in your feelings after having colonized 90% of the world for this long, and then some immigrants come, and you like,
we
can't
gonna
sit
talk.
here.
We gonna talk about that because that's not
Yeah,
exactly what
that's how
happened.
they always
Definitely
be
not
feeling,
gonna go
though.
there, too.
You said what?
But we definitely gonna go there. What's it feel like? Like what did it feel like then to hear Reasonable Doubt, and what's it feel like now?
Man, what it felt like then was just like, damn, it's somebody who get it, and he saying it, and he's so slick with it, and he's so smooth with it. Like it was hip hop to me, but it wasn't Black Thought hip hop. It was like, damn, this is still some like head nod, and I'm gonna think to this, but it's gonna make me think about something else.
And that's
Back
why
then, though?
That's why he did 2222 because
Yes.
when you think about it, how he started that song was very hip hop.
Right.
You know, with the call and response. So he let niggas know, like, yeah, I might be out here selling, serving this dope and shit or whatever, but don't get it twisted.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
I
Back
studied
then,
this shit.
I didn't get it. I was thinking about Ninja Turtles. And
Right. I mean,
Power
I couldn't
Rangers,
say
man.
my mind frame was that complex. I couldn't think like, what does that mean? Like, I'm over here thinking about, you know.
I mean, I get it now, but back then it's definitely a different thing. It's like, this is new. I was more shocked that I was listening to music with Cousin in it than actual message in the music. Because I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing. You know, like if my mom catches me, I'm gonna get in trouble. It's more of that type of feeling. Of course, as I got older, I understood it better.
And you get new gems from it as you get older. Like,
It feels
it's
like-
progression. It's like, you just like, damn, okay, I didn't keep that line.
That's what I'm saying. You missed part of the conversation. But what does it feel like now? It's like this is nostalgia. It's still Hustlers 101. It's still something I can go back and listen to and be like, but have you heard this album? Well, if you don't like him now, maybe you would like him then. Maybe you need to go back and do some research and do your homework and understand why we in our 30s still being like, damn, Jay-Z is getting it. Damn, Daniel.
And that's my biggest beef with a lot of people when the so-called hip-hop fans is like, they don't do the research. Like, everybody do the research on everything else, but like, you gotta research the classics and the progression and the history. You can't sit up here and talk about this is the best shit I ever heard, like in relation to that Kanye shit. Like, what else? What all the other shit that then came out
Right.
between then? So you just omitting everything else.
Everything goes.
You know. What I'm saying?
But then again, back in '96, you had to have some attention grabbers
Absolutely.
because it's maybe 2-3 singles on the album now. Back then it was like 4.
Yeah.
You had to have some attention grabbers.
Yeah.
And not only did you have to have attention grabbers, you had to heat it up
Videos.
because it was dropped
Mm-hmm.
every 3 months, every 3-4 months. And then you wouldn't hear shit else from that artist because they gave you 4 singles
They come back
and
2
an
years
album,
later.
and then come back.
And they tackled every arena.
And Jay-Z was the first one
They
to
tackled
drop
the
an album
airwaves, the
a
radio
year.
play, and then they also tackled record sales with whole conceptual
Singles,
albums.
CD singles. Remember they sell
Right,
CDs
exactly.
and vinyl singles.
Right.
I used to go to Sam
But now
Village,
everything
tape
is just
singles.
about the single.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
don't-
have to.
And also the fact that this may sound kind of sideways, but I think back then the audience was a little bit more sophisticated when it came to music.
Indeed.
I don't think the music that you listen, the Signer '96
would not have made it.
He would have got clapped off a
Would
long
not
time.
happen.
Yeah,
So I think, like,
Lindsay
the-
did
the-
drop in '96.
I think he would. I think it's crazy because
Not
like,
like-
I think
I think-
sophistication.
He would have went.
The listeners are just as sophisticated or not as they were or have always been.
I say the music reflects
I think
the time.
yeah, it's
So people dumb right now. The music's dumb as
like
fuck.
I always say for every Sergio Mendes we listen to, Water to March, it's some disco ducks that have dropped.
Yeah.
It's all kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's all kind of stuff.
Do you really
So
think
it's-
that in
Everything has the
'96
opposite.
Panda would have went because it went platinum as a single? Do you think
No,
Panda
that shit
would have
wasn't-
went platinum?
I don't know, but I know damn well That's Just My Baby Daddy was hitting it right when
It sure
It didn't
Ready
go
to
platinum.
Die. But I mean, Life After Death and everything. It did go platinum.
Yeah.
Really?
It's not
No,
That's Just My Baby Daddy.
It's we back then. It's that we had the whole
You had more spectrum. You had more
we
choices.
had the whole spectrum. Now because everything is so ready made and we don't focus on concepts. We don't have room for everything on the spectrum. We just one end or the other.
This is ADD
Nothing in
generation,
between.
man.
By the way,
It's so
somebody,
quick, you want the shit now.
somebody
Like,
just
I
asked
can't-
where's
I can't
that
sit
voice
through this
coming
album
from?
and listen to this shit.
You're talking to a goddess. She was like, we just talk. Just the
Wait.
voice coming out of nowhere.
That was Jesus.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Jesus talking.
All right. So this album actually features.
It was one of those.
Jesus chimed in
One
on
of
Jay-Z.
For a very first album for somebody to drop,
MC
this album
Jesus.
had some dope ass features. So it had Notorious Big, Mary J. It had Foxy Brown. You first heard Memphis Bleak on this album. This man,
he showed out too.
He
He
did.
did.
That
He
was
showed
he
out.
did come
They
up.
say they want about Bleak. Bleak be bringing it, man. I
It's time to
like
come up. Man, okay.
That's one of my favorite songs.
And then it had
Hands down.
Big Jazz, which is Jazz On, and it had Sauce Money. What is one of your favorite songs, and explain why?
Oh, I had to say The Evils. I mean, I think The Evils. I mean, number one, it was a
None of the story.
great.
Yes, agree, Jasmine. None of the music now tells the story like it used to because they ain't got shit to talk about.
Then these motherfuckers ain't got patience to hear stories, man.
That too.
People like
Mhm.
I've gotten in arguments with people when I lived down south, and they would say shit like, "You got to think too hard to listen to that music." Like that's the dumbest shit
I've
I've
ever
ever heard
heard.
anybody ever say in my life.
So back to the
Like,
question: favorite
anyway.
song and why?
I would say The Evils is my favorite. Obviously, I'm a DJ Premier fan, so that got me in. The scratching and the hooks with the Snoop Dogg, verse from what's the name of the joint? What song did they sample? Then the hook for that song. When Can You Save Me? That's Murder Was a Case.
Yeah, Murder Was a Case.
That song, and I mean, just the way what he was spitting about, like it was crazy, man, because it was like he was trying to avoid some of the evils, man, but he knew that was part of the game, and it was kind of like a duality in the verse. So I digged it, man. It was a banger. That The Come Up is another one.
I understand one.
I took this one. I'm taking it.
Okay.
The Come Up. Yeah,
Okay.
that was a great, just 1-2, back and forth type of MC deal.
Mhm.
And then, Bleak came in and showed his ass. Pause. And
And it's coming of age, my friend.
Coming of Age, that's the name of that joint.
Okay, Reggie. What are your favorite tracks?
As I mentioned before, Cashmere Thoughts, they took Hamilton Bohannon's Save Your Soul, I believe is the name of the song. So I was already a fan of that particular song, and then I saw how DJ Clark Kent flipped it. And it automatically kind of just drew me towards that song to begin with. I would take Brooklyn's Finest. So that's your thing.
No,
Can I Live?
That's it.
Cashmere Thoughts
Oh,
and
that
Can
was
I Live?
beautiful. Can I Live was beautiful.
I
Yeah.
mean, those are my
I keep one eye open like CBS.
Yes.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go with Can't Knock the Hustle.
that was dope too.
That's
Can't-
your one.
Man,
That's your one.
that's
What-
that's
how y'all
your
gonna,
one.
how y'all ain't gonna pick feeling it?
I was-
It is a banger.
Let me
I'm saying?
let me
Like,
get.
like,
Can I get to that? Can I get to that?
I mean, we going around though. Everybody, you gonna have to keep it too.
Can I get to that? I'm gonna have to go with Can't Knock the Hustle.
She done made
By
up
the way,
ours.
she said you're one. They were picking two.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so you were done. Okay.
No, I wasn't. I'm
Done?
gonna go with Can't Knock the
You finished or
Hustles.
you done?
At 22 Tools was one of my favorite tracks.
Why was it one of your favorite tracks, Kurt? Why? Explain.
Because he gave a nod to old school hip hop, and it came off as a freestyle. But Jay-Z is one of the slickest fucking niggas ever. That nigga is a can of oil in a rainy
He
day.
threw a little West Coast jab. He said too much West Coast dick
Dick licking, yeah.
He threw a little jab at their ass.
But I mean, why not?
After having sampled the West
Yeah,
Coast, I
after
think
having
he
sampled.
That's pretty. That's
Yeah,
pretty.
he
That's
has
pretty
some
crazy.
gall.
Yeah.
he has some goal.
I got it.
All right, D, what's yours?
I can't pick just one. It gotta be Feeling It and Dead Presidents, just because of the whenever I want to feel like I'm on top of the world, Jay-Z got some selection that just you drive through downtown and you act like you just own the place. They're so open. The compositions are so open. So the flourishing notes, he goes off on that. He goes off on those type of beats, and they stand out on the album to me. Even though the whole album is fire, it's just for me those two and the way that he put them together. The way that he put them together, yeah.
Is it close?
I like
Yeah.
the first Dead Presidents better than that Dead Presidents.
Oh no,
I did. I like the first one better.
Oh man,
That was a 12-inch that came out. And everybody was like playing at the clubs and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the album had was a little different.
that
All
was
right.
fire.
So for the two people that are actually in here right now kicking it with us, have y'all heard the album? Jasmine, Lindsay, have y'all heard the album?
A lot of
Or
people always show up, man. Shout out to everybody that I know. Y'all
Hey.
friends.
Hi, Reggie's friends. My friends can't be on because they're at work.
I ain't got no goddamn friends.
I'm your friend, Brandon. I mean, you know.
I'm solo fly dolo, nigga. Except for y'all niggas, y'all cool.
We good?
Y'all good.
Okay,
Y'all
cool. Cool. I mean, you know. Have y'all heard the album? Are y'all Jay-Z fans? Do you like what's going on? Like y'all got to talk to us so we know what to say when y'all talk to us. I feel like we don't want a four-sided conversation, but we only talking to ourselves. So hi.
What's it? That's 5 though. It's 5 of us.
Oh yeah. Okay. Five. My bad.
What's it be like?
Always
right.
leave me out.
Yeah.
I got you, Sakari.
Yeah.
What? You know, like. So, do you feel? Oh wait, by the way, this album has went platinum every year since '98. I think it started going platinum and it never stopped. All right, Jazz. So, what are your thoughts about the album since you've at least heard it? What up, dog? The best album ever. Reasonable Doubt.
Another one of my friends in the house.
Have you heard the
Yeah.
album? Okay, you know what? Hi, Reggie's friends, since y'all can't be our friends too.
No, this is my people, dog. They always show up. They here every time.
You sound
Faithful.
You know what?
Faithful.
I'm
I'm mad because your friends don't love you.
I don't
Well,
really,
you're outside your friends. Outside of you.
I don't
Not
really
love
have
you.
any friends. I don't, you know.
Don't try to take the brand.
This is my only friend right here.
It sounds
Oh,
so
Ron.
Yeah.
Thank you for
So-
showing up.
sounds so lonely.
I mean,
I'm gonna sit in the corner and drink my beer.
I try to act like I have friends, but I don't. That's why y'all always see me with them.
She know everybody. Everybody.
I'm associated with a lot of people. So,
It's that mob mentality, man. I'm telling you. She get you clapped up.
underworld ties. Sometimes it be like that.
That's why Jay-Z, that's her favorite artist. That makes sense now. It all makes sense.
You can buy Reasonable Doubt vinyl right now on Discogs for $26.
Who wants to buy me this vinyl for 26
Who wants to
bucks?
buy it?
Anybody?
Let me get this back, and she's getting a little too enamored with
Yeah,
that.
she's not gonna give that up, bro. It's gone.
Reasonable Doubt is undeniably dope. I'm still
Look at my friends using big words. That's
Court-
what I'm talking about.
Undeniable, big word, bro.
Undeniably.
Undeniably, yeah.
that's a big word. Okay. So why are you not a Jay-Z fan? Are you a Nas fan?
No, I mean, but I don't think just because you're a Nas fan, you hate
He did
Jay-Z. 'Cause I
not
love-
look like Joe.
See,
I love
she's
them
she's from Philly, so that's gonna be
B. Siegel Freeway.
yeah, that's gonna be.
Y'all thought Jill Scott got married?
Siegel hard like corn, nigga. I take you
called me.
like he was born.
She called me and told me I couldn't hit it though.
Pause. Rest in peace to every dude whose
No, it's
heart
not.
got stabbed
No.
because Jill Scott got married today.
I
Congrats,
So, it don't matter to me,
R.I.P.
bro.
to them titties.
Billy from Philly.
Jilly from the Philly.
It don't matter to me.
You can say congratulations.
First of all, yeah, congratulations
Congrats,
first and
Jill
foremost.
Scott.
I'm not mad.
First of all-
I mean, I'm just glad he got somebody get to see them titties forever. You know what I'm saying?
Forever.
Yeah.
See, all I
Not a
got,
bad thing.
all I got is the scene in was that James Brown
They
movie?
leaked some of her
Where
pictures
she
online.
got-
I think titties was out.
Yeah, that too.
It's a
But
major
she had
motherfucker,
that Mrs. Claus outfit. I was like, woo!
Yeah,
Mrs.
she did look
Claus,
good.
Mrs.
He slapped the
Claus.
shit out
Yeah,
of her.
he slapped the
God
shit out of
damn,
her.
That was fucked up.
But right before that,
Yeah.
right before she made that
Yeah.
turn in the kitchen, right before she made that right.
Okay, she says, good question at the time that I first listened to it. I was still kind of getting into albums and trying to understand where he was coming from. I was still in my white girl stage. Who do you listen to, white girl?
Damn.
She said,
She's a
nah,
white
but
girl,
nah,
too.
IDK, what it is about him. I can't listen to Jay for too long. Okay.
What is it about him? What is it about Jay-Z that you can't listen to for that long? I'm just curious.
I want to know who else she listened to because she said she was in her white girl stage. So that's a very interesting topic.
Nickelback.
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 Yeah, is that shit that you said?
Nickelback is Kirby's favorite band, by the way.
Yeah, she got Nickelback fan
It is
club.
not Nickelback, but Yellow Card is going on her last tour September
I don't even know
20th. So
who
if you
the
want to
fuck
give
you
me
are.
tickets, I wouldn't be mad.
She sleeping Nickelback PJ.
Right.
She got Nickelback tumblers and she got drink her juice out of.
She got a Nickelback poster on her
Like
wall, so she
All Night
can.
by Nature.
She got a Nickelback poster in her ceiling, so she
She
can
got
close her eyes.
She got Nickelback postcards and she be out of town. We sending them and shit.
She's so hurt.
How'd you get to Nickelback to Jay-Z though? I need to hear that.
What'd she say?
What'd you say?
She said she can't relate to Jay-Z.
I can't relate to him either. I didn't flip no biscuits.
Yeah,
But- It just don't.
You know what? That's probably why I'm such a fan of his because I can't relate to that.
I mean, I put
You
it like
sell,
this.
you sell bricks back in the day, back in
I
'97.
put it like this.
I believe the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's like Tupac. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, myself, I couldn't relate to Tupac. But when I heard his music, you know what I'm saying, it was like, I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, if I'm in his shoes, I can see how he's thinking. I can understand it better. So I think that's how Jay-Z is. I mean,
She said, I listen to everybody. I listen to everything. No
in the sense of,
Nickelback.
you
She
know,
said
he
she was
like
still
gangbang.
into Mariah
You know,
Carey and stuff like, girl, you wasn't a white girl. You was
what
just a
he's
girl.
saying, yeah, like with the fight.
She said Mariah Carey though.
Family getting fucked up. You got family in the system.
That's messed up.
I mean, we can all
See, I
relate
used
to
to-
that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was on my white stage,
Like
on my white girl
gangbanging
stage.
and
I listened to Mariah
thugging and
Carey.
shit. Like, I don't do that shit.
I thought she was
You know
gonna
what I'm
say
saying? So
somebody
I can't
like
relate to that,
Nirvana.
but When he
Or
had
like
substance songs.
You too.
I was into
I was like,
Nirvana.
okay, I feel it.
Everybody should listen to Nirvana.
Yeah.
Well, he never really, I don't think he was, but he tried to, you know, once he got with Suge, I think he tried to perpetuate that image, man. Because, you know, that's how Suge was. He was like, I think he got sucked on that.
What else to say?
That's it. She was still into Mariah Carey. She's not a Nickelback fan. I mean, okay, if you can't relate to Jay-Z, can you relate to Nas? And if so, why?
What's the difference between Jay-Z and Nas though? Like fundamentally.
I was about to say because it's.
I say that Nas more is. I think Nas is more has more socially conscious songs. I would say that. I'm not saying Jay don't. They might have his own, you know, take on what social commentary is, but I think Nas digs a
The
little.
one
deeper.
one
You know
back
what I'm
then,
saying?
were they speaking about the same
AC/DC
thing?
is
though?
dope.
No, they were because there's both of that mafioso shit. Because it was written was basically like Reasonable Doubt.
So that's what
I mean,
that's
he talked
what
about the same.
that's
shit.
what I'm asking. If she can't relate to Jay-Z because she relates to Nas, then they're basically the same kind of topic.
Right. But then you gotta look at the progression of the MCs. Like you see where Jay is now, what he talks about now. You see where Nas is back then and what he talks about now. And it's a big difference. Nas might say his little gangster shit, a little slick shit now and then, but a lot of shit he dropped now, it's a lot more substance than what he dropped. Now.
But the substance was not lacking in
It wasn't.
Jay-Z.
It's not lacking.
It was just different. You are into neo soul, okay? Who was it?
D'Angelo?
He did that Marley album. Nas, that shit was dope. Like that was huge.
What, My Brother's Keeper?
Yeah.
Too
Yeah.
Short. Shout out, Pop. What's up?
You said Too Short?
She said
She
my
Too
dad
Short?
was into Biggie, Pac, Spice One.
Spice One was
Too
that dude.
Short,
Yeah.
exactly.
My brother put me on
Poetry
Spice
is
One.
dope.
That's how I knew
Poetry
it
is dope, but
Spice
that
One
was
had that
the
shit.
base of hip hop. She said, "Yeah, I'm 96. I wasn't listening to music for
You
the
listen to
lyrics.
music,
Really,
what
I
was
was
you
a
doing?
band head. She was a band head. So,
Bandhead.
Lindsay, what bands were you listening to?
She
But
was
Shay-
in a band though. That's what she means.
She had bandos, nigga?
She was talking about the band, though. But
What
Shay,
was that one picture? I showed you?
the
Was
basis
that,
of
Morgan
hip hop
Freeman?
is poetry, though.
Smoke crack, don't ya?
What is this?
She's throwing
What is this?
Somebody get their
What
box
is
shit.
this? What is this?
Eating that box shit.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
She said the box.
Yeah.
Y'all up in that box.
She's over there looking at me.
I'm currently taking
That's what I'm talking about.
new
guys.
friends because these I just
First of all, it might be the best thing that ever happened happened in your life? So
I'm
far?
totally the best thing that ever happened to you.
You
But
seen it?
I mean, you know.
Where they at though?
Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Oh.
Okay, anyway,
I'm trying
back
to see what that be like. You know what I'm saying?
back to
I'm
this.
trying to get my
Everybody
shot
can't
from the back.
pull
I'm trying to
that.
see what that feel like.
Everybody can't pull this movie
Sam,
right
let's
here.
talk about that.
Yeah,
Extraordinary.
yeah, we should talk about
The league extraordinary horror.
I'm just saying, porn is the highest rated business.
You better slip the disc.
in the world. Highest grossing.
Y'all don't want to know what they talking about, please don't.
Nah.
Don't ask. Whatever you do.
Hoes and chains and swinging things. Just
Just another young nigga having things, man.
But yeah, so
You do need to stress for that shit though.
Anyone want to be my friend? Because yeah, I'm gonna need a new friend
What
because
was
they
it?
don't cut
so
it.
anyway, what?
So big game. So y'all was out when y'all like '96. Y'all was out here in Deep, right? Y'all was in Detroit, right?
I wasn't.
I was here.
I was here.
I was actually down the street at the time.
So what was cats?
I was at a
in the
private
streets
Christian school.
listening to when that came out?
Everybody in school had that All Eyes on Me. I remember every kid in the fucking school had that album with me because my parents wouldn't buy me that shit.
I was at a
'Cause it had
private
cuss words
Christian
on it.
school, so
I was mad as fuck. I
we
felt
were
like I was
listening to
left out.
Jesus.
I was like, some bullshit. But everybody was on Pop. As far as I remember, everybody was on that. It was written. I remember my sister, she used to play. It was written, Beats, Rhymes, and Life, and 7 Day Theory in the Whip. So I had those 3 albums in rotation. That's what I was listening to. Jay, she had Jay on every now and then, but those 3 albums to me were pivotal during that time.
To me, Detroit was more on G shit, man.
Like Spice One,
Yeah, like Breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
cats like
West
that,
Coast
you know
shit.
what I'm saying?
but there's always a West Coast different vibe.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's real talk. Detroit artists, hip hop, that sound, all these shit were Detroit artists. That's why that's Detroit shit. You know what I'm saying? That bump.
Absolutely.
Put that bump on it. That's Detroit. But I know I'm trying to think what was the streets really listening to? Like Esham.
It was 85. You got about 85 albums, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It was cats like that. Like cats wasn't really on Reasonable Doubt
Yeah, acid rap.
itself.
Yeah. I mean, unless she was like on the radio, like if we was really deep into what was on TV or
I can definitely
on
agree with
video
that.
channel,
Really,
like,
Jay-Z, I didn't
I
really
can
get
agree
into
with you,
Jay-Z
though,
like that
because-
until, like, I liked the
shit,
album,
though.
but I
That
wasn't
shit
really.
was popping, like
banging all the booty shit.
all the also, DJ Soft shit.
I really wasn't into Jay. Like, I listened to the album, but I didn't become like I told Kirby. Like, I was never. Well, let me not say never. At first, I was not a Nas fan. I listened to Nas. I like some of the Nas, some of Nas albums.
Black Girl Lost.
But I didn't
My
become an
favorite
actual
song. That
fan.
shit.
Like, I wouldn't went to see him in concert
Yeah.
till later on. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
Right.
So that's how that this album was like that for me. Because again, I wasn't really allowed to listen to. I mean, I was listening to, back then with like 98 up to like Will Smith. And that's the only thing I can play like out loud. Like as far as rap goes, even
Yeah.
Me and you, that was that shit.
even
Right.
even
Everybody was playing
Outkast.
that back then.
Outkast, I told you the story about
Louis Ma.
of my aunt.
Soul Food.
My aunt broke my Outkast CD because it had a naked woman on the cover.
My sister snitched
But-
on me. I
So
couldn't have-
I'm
I had it worse than both of y'all. I was in
Yeah.
a private Christian school
yeah,
Nigga, you was in a private school?
in Cranbrook.
Oh, this nigga
Yeah.
well, deep in.
I was in a private Christian school in '96. I got into the album, but that album became my favorite album around '98.
You say I want there. I wasn't.
She
there.
wasn't there. Shay, where you from? Didn't you say she from Philly?
I don't know she was in Philly back in '96 though. She in Philly now.
Okay. Send us some cheesesteaks.
I like poetry. You said they like poetry.
That was.
My black queen. You know
Don't know damn nigga.
Okay. So, do you think that Jay-Z, since this album, has added to, taken away, or changed the structure of hip hop today?
I think it definitely changed it because it set the bar for really lyricism, wordplay, crafting albums. Because I think that's a lost art form nowadays. I think people just so quick to make singles and what pops rather than making some shit that's gonna stand the test of time. You know, and that's why these dudes, you know, back in the mid 2000s, we had all those finger snapping rap motherfuckers. All of them gone now because they didn't make music that was really timeless, that was really that great or memorable. So I think he definitely set the bar with that. I mean, then plus you gotta look at his accomplishments in the business realm. I mean, for him to do what he did, not only in the rap game, but in the business game, I mean, it's fucking incredible. Like, I don't think anybody's ever done that. I mean, Puffy, but I mean, he's not a good rapper. Like, everybody writes his shit.
Well, he's not
Okay.
He's not,
So-
I'm saying, he's not a good.
What up, Chisa? Welcome to the chat.
He's successful.
She said the difference between is
Yeah.
just the voice. They rap about the same thing lyrically. They sound good together.
Who?
They rap about the same thing in different contexts. Nas and Jay.
Another, look at this. All my people showing up, man. I can give a shout out. I appreciate y'all even tuning in to us.
Salute.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All the way
Thank you.
Nas
Thank you.
raps like an artist that is showing his internal struggle,
Right.
higher consciousness in street life. But Jay-Z is more like, look,
Man, fuck that, nigga. Let's get money.
y'all know what it is.
It's like,
I give it to you straight up, but it doesn't nullify the fact that he has the same knowledge.
Right.
But he just chooses to show you, hey,
It's like, nigga, you got
this
this
is my
game.
yeah.
You know why you here.
He's not afraid to show his lower nature, without it negating the fact that he has a higher consciousness. So
And he's pretty honest.
that's the only
too.
difference.
Both of them are very honest.
Right.
Truthfully, I
MCs,
want
man.
to rhyme like common sense.
But I mean,
I in 5
I
minutes.
ain't been rapping
I
like
ain't been rapping
common
like
sense.
common sense.
I mean,
Yeah.
that little line right there tells you a lot about
Exactly.
where he's at. You can stay at Ruckus.
Stay on the rock.
Yeah. We'll always kind of like talk over.
Say what?
Like he would. I don't know if he. I can't really say. Now the way he's. It's not really like he's trying to. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to bring you to be think. True. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's true.
So for him to rapping like that from the get go was a little bit different because Jay from one point
I
The
don't
other
think
thing, the only way that you can say, Chisa, that they sound good together is because Jay.
never give him enough credit because just like with Ford, like Tom Ford sounds like a really simple ass song, party song, but what he's saying is heavy. It's like in the popping pills. and
I got a
all
better
this other
high. I
bullshit.
got a sustainable
I'm
high.
getting this high, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it's like people, it does go with people,
Money, and I'm not mad at him for talking about
but
it.
he motivated. Like if you've been listening to this dude since day one, it wouldn't be a surprise.
Seeing the progression
But then
of
again,
Jay Z.
I got a question. So
I got some answer.
today we talking about 2016. If Reasonable Doubt came out as it has been since it came out.
as you listen to his album,
Badass is dope.
you could tell obviously he was influenced by this album. You know, Boot Camp Click and all of those dudes out of New York. So if he did, I don't know. I don't know how it'd be viewed. Maybe they say he's biting somebody, you know, doing this or whatever. Shit, they talked about how great the album was, but they said the shit boring. I was like, what the fuck is boring about? And like, what do you mean? Like, what is it? Niggas keep talking about popping pills all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? But that just lets there's a lot of heads that still like trying to go around with them. Nobody wants to hear that shit, unfortunately.
Now, another question. Back in '96, Jay-Z didn't have the backing of Notorious B.I.G. Will there still be a Jay-Z today?
I don't think so. I think that Kobe. I mean, he might be, but I don't think he would be on that. But I mean, you can't really take away. Okay, I'll take that back because you can't take away his business savvy. So I can't. You know, the cosign back then I think was bigger than it is now.
And there was like let's not even put it as a cosign. If there was no Biggie back in '96,
Yeah.
would Jay-Z be here today? But at
No.
the same
He wouldn't have had a platform. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he would have made his own because he made his own label, so from the ground up. But
I don't think.
Yeah, no,
I don't think so either.
But Big gave
Because
him
he
a
would have had,
platform to
he would have
rap.
had the verses
Yeah.
to
Right.
regurgitate.
He wouldn't have Biggie's catalog to use.
And I also heard reading stories about it that he got turned down from every major label. Like they thought he was whack.
Right.
They thought Jay was weak. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's why I think everything happened for a reason, obviously. Because he had to do his own thing, make his own label. Because he's like, fuck it, y'all don't want to fuck me, I'll fuck with me then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I personally don't think there will be a Jay-Z.
You needed that cosign, but not like nowadays. You don't need it. You got the internet, bro. All you gotta do is get you a few views. You good.
Yeah.
I mean, Designer. I mean, he got a hell of a cosign. I mean, he got Kanye. Then he took your song and put it on his album.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a hell of a cosign.
That's
So
my
look,
song about designer though. I like that.
it's my Panda. He only has one song.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard nothing else.
One song. One song. He had.
You heard that Panda mixtape, bro?
Panda.
What's on the Panda mixtape?
It's not
Panda
even-
10 times.
It's not even a
Spanish,
song, bro. It's a verse.
You heard the
Right.
reggaeton?
It's a
You heard the
verse
reggaeton
4 times.
remix, bro?
He just
Yeah.
the same thing.
The reggaeton remix with Daddy Yankee on it. Designer?
Daddy Yankee still around?
No, I'm just saying. He probably
I mean,
got a reggaeton version.
but
of that shit.
I haven't heard Daddy Yankee's name so long.
Yes. So I don't know if he had the same impact.
I don't think he will be around. I don't think he'll be around.
I think it's good that a lot of MCs came out when they did.
He will be like, if he was around, he would be like an AZ type dude.
AZ
Like
he never gets his props.
Only
Never.
like certain
Never.
people would know, like, and then you would have to be heavy into the hip hop culture to know about, like somebody like AZ or like what he's done for people. Like you would have to actually know the music. So even if he was around, if he came out with, let's just say he had the same catalog he has now, without Biggie or without Biggie's cosign, I don't think he would have made it. And then he had like, I don't know if he did that on his own or it was because of Biggie that he got introduced to like DJ Premier and he got introduced to DJ Clark Kent. People
I heard
like
Big
that.
L played a big role in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard Big L played a big role in
I
that.
kind of disagree with you because even without Biggie, Jay-Z's lyrics is still Jay-Z's lyrics. That's still Jay-Z's swagger.
Okay, but what
But
we're
I
saying
mean,
is that
but
the way
You
that
kinda
he
ducked
even
a
when
little
he-
bit with
even-
Big,
even
though.
when he
I
said
mean,
on
come
ignorant
on,
shit,
man.
when he
Like,
said,
with the suits and shit on.
I make
like Big was doing that.
what's the song? Give It To Me. He hailed as one of the greatest rappers of all time, whatever. But it's like, well, Give It To Me. The whole verse was
Ain't shit.
yeah.
But the thing
Hips and hoes
is,
from
name an artist who hasn't copied something from another artist.
Yeah, I mean that's facts, but we talking about if
But I
Jay-Z
mean,
hadn't had Big
copying something from
To
another artist
co-sign
and
Dirty
then
Bastard,
and
they
then
don't copy nobody.
completely take over
Pull a
somebody else's
bar.
version.
Okay, true.
like Jay-Z that do, but it's not him taking from Big is not taking away from
Okay,
him, but
low
it's
spot,
just
never mind.
To me, like
Nah,
Jay-Z,
low spot.
further,
Jay-Z will be like what Puffy would have been if he could actually rap. Because he kind of took that. He kind of took
that's
that.
reach.
No, I'm talking about as far as like he took that Biggie wave and he made something out of that wave, even past the fact that Biggie died. The next,
He
like,
was Biggie's Memphis Bleak,
yeah,
basically,
Yeah.
and he just happened to just rise above
yeah.
a little bit more than what Memphis did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not slighting him anyway. I mean, Memphis had some verses, had some joints, but
It wouldn't have been the same though, at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, he would have been like an AZ. Like you would have had to really be a hip hop head to really know about Jay-Z in
But
2016.
But
Anyway.
as we said earlier, like that was the best thing. I mean, it's fucked up to say, but the best thing for him to happen was to have both of them gone, because it really opened up. Because when you see,
It opened up a lane that was already crowded.
because
But
you
it
see DMX came through that lane too.
Yeah.
You see DMX came through. Pun came through.
Yeah.
Then you have Jay coming
Definitely.
through.
Not
So all
only
of these
not only
dudes-
did Biggie co-sign you, but you had Tupac saying your name on the record.
Right.
So that automatically.
Jesus said not true. Big gave him a jump on the album, which made her want to listen to it more.
Big, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but that's what I'm
a good point,
saying.
too.
If Big wasn't there, there would be no jump.
But that's like if you had Designer on your album now. These motherfuckers will listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, he gonna have another Panda on there.
I just don't think that he would be as big if he was still around today. You know, he could have been like a Sean Price, like somebody that actually people that really are into hip hop. You can't just walk up to anybody and be like, Sean Price.
You know,
like, who?
Sean Price is
Right.
one of the,
You know what I'm
Ruck from Helter Skelter.
Right.
Yeah.
They'd be like, who?
You know.
Like, they still wouldn't know that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like, it would just be a selective few that will know exactly who Jay-Z is if he didn't get a cosign from Biggie. Or Tupac wouldn't have been saying his name or whatever. Like, that whole Tupac and Biggie being gone
It helped him.
it helped him. Yeah, it helped him a lot.
Because hip hop was needing somebody to lean on,
Yeah.
so to speak. So they had Jay. Jay came through. And look where he's at now. He looked mad uncomfortable in that Beyonce video, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like when he was in the formation shit. He looked like he didn't want to do that shit. He's like, "Oh, he got me doing
So
this."
you
shit."
watched it?
I did watch it. I did. It was on TV, and I thought it was like one video, and it just kept going. And I saw Serena,
Okay.
and I kept watching. Absolutely. Anyway.
I'm reading reviews, like classic reviews
Mm-hmm.
from
Okay.
Richard Six when the
Okay.
album dropped. And he got a good review on the source. But they did highlight on how they said the down points of the album were how portrayed women in the album, like how he kind of beat up on women
See, back
throughout
then,
throughout the whole album.
you know what I'm saying? Like back then, like around that back when they used to
Five mics used to mean something.
Oh, so D over here, I told y'all I look like an invisible person. He just not like how Jay-Z. Yeah. Talk about how Jay-Z first started and how he was rapping fast like Jazzo.
That's right.
Nas effects.
And
Yeah.
Nas effects.
He don't introduce
Yeah.
himself.
Have you ever super fast?
I did.
He was on some Twister stuff
Yeah.
with his songs.
Yeah,
That shit right there.
it was Jazza.
That was
Probably.
Jazzo.
The group called Who Did the Can I Get Open?
Yeah,
Can I Get
that's
Open?
right.
You know, it wasn't that was the first. Can I pass on it? He was rapping real fast.
I don't even know.
It was a group of
Cool. Can we get open?
But my first. It was nice, man. And like
People,
you got
apologize.
and Jay should just be a motivator for y'all.
At the end, Jay-Z was running up first. He killed for the big. I was way before 96.
In my lifetime, the original. I mean, we had some joints, man. So,
I kind of like it better.
but
Just
back,
more smoother. Like, especially like we were saying, that whole mafioso persona. You can't really do talking on fast. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be that one to help you.
Victoria B.I.G. talking.
that's the way he talks when he raps.
But you also got
So
a
smooth.
cleaner introduction to Foxy Brown this album.
Let's not forget about Fox.
And she been kicking down doors and taking names.
She was on Nas' squad and Fern, and she was fucking with the was a commission group
But
before Big died. It was Big. When the Foxy was in it,
for her too.
Charlie Baltimore.
I heard Jay-Z wrote that verse.
What?
Kluber.
Wrap it up, B.
Yeah,
Wrap it up.
safe sex, y'all. You know what I mean?
Better put
Alright,
that gavel up,
Get some
B.
dental dam or some shit. Pull out game better be strong. You gonna have kids.
Like always,
We added
man.
at the end of the list.
We appreciate. Oh, real quick. We gotta give it a grade.
10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah.
10.
10.
Okay.
10.
10 across the board.
10. You want to be talking
The fuck boys and fuck girls will say different.
Fight me about it.
Word.
She heard it was time. It's like when your
Came back
mom.
like Jesus on the third day.
All right, people. So on them Tuesdays, do the. Oh, by the way, after that,
Facebook.
this is original. This is original Coogee. That fake.
It's on our Facebook.
Yes, we actually gonna do it.
Dirty, your ass dirty.
There's nobody makes first.
Word.
Detroit's finest. Leaving y'all with Brooklyn's finest. Chuck and deuces.
One love, yo.
Peace. Let's go. Stop. Just exit up.
Peace.